God is almighty, so why do Christians suffer? Can't God save the suffering Christians? Let's hear the story of two great believe God is almighty, so why do Christians suffer? Can't God save the suffering Christians? Where is God when you need Him the most? Let's hear the story of two great believers here. One had to watch his beloved wife die of illness. Another experienced the death of several family members, including his wife, in a car accident. Would you abandon God if you had experienced this kind of disaster? Or will you still get faith in God even your suffering situation without losing your faith? Let's hear the story of the two people here. In his book, C.S. Lewis defines the concept of the Almighty of Gods. The fact that God is omniscient doesn't mean that He can do everything that is essentially impossible. God doesn't do a miracle, He doesn't do nonsense. It's not that there is a limit to His ability. As a result of unchanging law and causal inevitability, excluding pain combined with the natural order and free will excludes life itself. The entire natural order is the limit of everyday life and the only condition that makes life possible. Instead of arguing the relevant conditions in the conclusion that free souls like us coexist, we need to consider that God has created mutually necessary objects while insisting on the appropriate conditions through one very consistent act of creation that first appears as an independent entity. The fact that God is free means that no external obstacle can prevent anyone other than Him from doing, and that every act of God grows to His good and blooms on His own. Professor Gerald L. Sitzer has a similar saying. In God's Will for Him Today, these two writers have in ordinary people who have experienced great sadness. Lewis lost his beloved wife and mother to illness. In a car accident, Gerald L. Sitzer also lost his precious child and wife. The two wrote a book about the process of deep suspicion, anger, and conflict through a time of pain. Hardship does not mean God's inability. There is also hardship in the lives of the saints.